Happy Friday, Googlers, YouTubers, whoever else may be watching. Today is my pair of dimes. And what I really mean by that, that's my title, is my paradigm. I want to talk about how we see society and how we can possibly change our view of society. And what a paradigm is. A lot of people, and in fact, I will even say until I went to college, I didn't know what a paradigm was. I think that's pretty bad of our high school system that we don't understand paradigms. And really, all a paradigm is our vision of the world. My vision of the world is the way I see the world. My vision is different from yours. And it doesn't matter who I'm speaking to right now, whoever is listening, your paradigm, although may be closely matched with, say, your mother or your father or your brother or a partner, is different from everyone else's. We all have our own vision of the world. It is determined, most of it between the ages of 0 and 5, but throughout our lives, our vision of the world changes throughout major changes in our lives: marriage, deaths, major shifts in economic patterns. Major things can change our vision. I had a really good professor who in psychological studies for business that talked a lot about paradigms, and he always used the analogy of the sunglasses. I went through life with this vision when I was young, a vision of the world that was rather unbroken, young. Society was starting to tint my vision with school. They do a lot more of it now. They didn't do much of it back then. But with politics, and I was a hippie, so I started wearing a certain pair of sunglasses when I was young. And as time got on, this became my vision, but I got older and all of a sudden found myself stuck with the family. And yes, I mean stuck. I mean, all of a sudden I adopted a child, and then boom, she's pregnant and has another one of mine, and then soon another one, and I now have a different paradigm on the world. My vision of the world has changed because my needs, although deep down in my psyche and my subconscious, my needs, my desires and my wants have not changed. My vision, my direct needs have changed. So therefore, the way I see the world, I see it now as something, instead of a beautiful place that I play in, it is now something that I have to get very, very strong about, very, very I can't worry about all these little things that I used to worry about with my cool glasses. Now I have to have my work glasses. And I spent 35 years with those glasses on. I had a certain vision for 35 years. I had to keep that vision. That vision hurt me. Because it was against my own psyche. Sometimes we do that. I had to work. I had to raise a family. So I had to go outside of my own comfort zone and do jobs and make decisions that were outside of what I believe in to raise my family, to do right for my children. Now that I'm older, I can put these glasses back on, but they aren't the same, and it isn't as if I can just shut it off and put those glasses back on. They're not the same. I don't have that pair of glasses. I'm building them. My paradigm has shifted again. I have another family, but I can't work. So I'm building my paradigm. I'm trying to decide what life means to me. The world has changed. The world's back to being a very dangerous place. It was very, very dangerous back in the 70s with the Cold War. We're back there now. I'm almost back to where I was in the 70s, but I've got a child that I've got to look after. It's a very different paradigm. So, now that I've taken, I can't see on my computer how long, an awful long time to tell you about my own paradigm of life, I want to explain that we can use our paradigms when we understand that we are seeing life through sunglasses, through filters. When we are not seeing reality as it is, but as it is buffered by our experiences. Once we can get to that point, once we can understand that, then we can understand that we control our environment and our paradigm. This is where my statement that I am building my paradigm now. Throughout my life, my paradigm was built for me by outside influences. Now that I understand it more, now that I know that I can control it to some degree and that I accept that it's there, just like the space between action and reaction is always there, it's just knowing the size of it and understanding it's there, you can utilize it. I now will build my paradigm to best suit my life. And that brings me to my final story about prisons. I myself and a few others had a discussion about Bruce Jenner and his difficulty in life right now because people are picking on him about his looks and maybe he's got some kind of transgenderism going on or something. And the discussion got into one person going in there and saying, you would never understand the prison that we live in. Being in a body that we don't belong in. It's a prison. And it's a prison that is there 24/7. And to that, I reply, you build your own paradigm. So therefore you build your own prison. I agree. There are many prisons we build for ourselves. I have one right now in my mind, a prison I'm kind of built around me and others have helped build it. Yes, there are outside influences to every prison we have around us. But we control our reactions to other people's actions towards us. We control those reactions. So we control our prisons. We can escape from our prisons even if we can't change the conditions that put us in them. We don't have to live in them. There are people that have been in prison happier than people outside who say they're in a mental one. So, if that be the case, the only prison is up here. So I hope through this rambling, just another one of my ramblings, I have helped people understand, even if only just a few, helped people understand that your paradigm is not my paradigm. We will never, none of us, see eye to eye. None of us. But there will be times that our paths will cross and meet, and we will see perfectly. Let's celebrate those times. And when we find that our paths don't cross, let's just talk about them. Peace, love, and harmony. I love you all.